Welcome to my channel and welcome back if you're returning. If you are returning, I apologize. It's been about 8 months since I've uploaded anything. I've just had a lot of big life changes. I graduated college, moved across the state, and now I work a full-time job. So there's been a lot of things going on, but I am back. I just wanted to do a quick kind of sit-down video showing you some of my current favorite plants. These are just some of the ones I've been loving right now, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. Apologies if you hear my boyfriend. He's doing some gaming tournament thing, so he is talking. It's kind of echoey, so sorry if you do hear him. That's all that is. I'm just going to jump straight into it and start showing you some of my favorites. This very first one is really special. I actually just got it yesterday. I drove 4 hours to Durham, North Carolina to get it. Gunter's Greenhouse. I follow them on Instagram. You should too. They have a lot of really great plants, a little bit more rare plants. So I have wanted to go there for a really long time and never have just wanted to take the trip. And now that I moved, I live like twice as far away. So it was an all-day thing, but I'm really glad I went because here she is. This is a Signonium albo or Signonium podophyllum albo. She's super pretty. I hope this is in focus. But yeah, I only have one other Signonium. I think it's a white butterfly Signonium that I just got at some like local nursery, which is cool. Green, you know. But I'm a sucker for variegation, and I think a lot of us are suckers for variegation. So yeah, I just thought this was too beautiful to not get. She was $55, which I think is a good price, at least for where I live. I know in like California and Texas, I've seen they are selling these in really big baskets for like 20 bucks or something. Unfortunately, I have never seen that anywhere near me, and in the Facebook groups, I've never seen anyone at all on the East Coast find one of those, so I was really happy to get this. Yeah, I could probably talk about it forever. I spent all of last night watching videos about Signoniums. If y'all haven't watched her videos before, Kaylee Ellen is really great. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. She does a rare plant index series, and last night I watched the Signonium rare plant index. It's really cool, check it out, but now I feel like I'm really suddenly into Signoniums, which I wasn't before, but how could you not? This is so beautiful. She only has 3 leaves. She's putting out a 3rd one right here, if you can tell, right there. But yeah, that is Signonium albo. My next favorite is right here behind me. I'm gonna grab her. Okay. Monstera selta. You guys saw her in a previous video, I think my first video actually. And she has exploded since then, just like going crazy and trying to find a good pretty leaf to show you. But yeah, super pretty. Has that silvery color with like some darker veins. I actually don't think I mentioned in the first video, but when I ordered this on Facebook, or I ordered it through someone on Facebook, and they just sent me a teeny little cutting, she arrived in a Popeyes bag. So I thought that was really interesting, and I was worried if she would do well. I had her rooting in water for a really long time, and I've chopped her a lot, and it obviously is going well. I'll probably chop her again, just because she is so long, but definitely a favorite, definitely worth it if you can find one, because they grow super, super fast. My next favorite, I also got these yesterday. I got this from, what was it called? Garden Treasures, near Durham, near Raleigh, North Carolina area. But these are euphorbia ghosts, or euphorbia white ghost, or euphorbia lactea, I think is the name, not totally sure. Yeah, I've really gotten into these types of plants. I think euphorbias are technically succulents and not cacti, but correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, she's just like almost fully white. I plan on potting both of these together. But yeah, I like this one because it has like these 2 little arms coming off already. She was only 20 bucks, which is super cool. I felt like definitely worth it. Even $20 a piece is not bad. I know people also have been finding these at big box stores closer to the West Coast. I've never seen them near me, so super cool find. And these will be so cute together in like a little pot. So some of them can have like green spots, and neither of these really do. I'll try and show you. But like a little bit of green, like speckling kind of. probably not a good example. But yeah, if y'all can see on, let me see if it'll focus on this, has like some green kind of spots on it still, which is super cool. These can be like totally white and they still, you know, go through photosynthesis and stuff. And if you see a mature one of these, they're really cool. They kind of turn into just like big trees with like all these arms. And yeah, super cool. Okay, this is another euphorbia. This is Euphorbia trigona, I believe it's called. And this one is red. Here, I found the name. Let me make sure I have it right. Yeah, this is Euphorbia trigona royal red. Royal red, that is what it's called. Which you can see some of these leaves down here. I hope you can see. Is it focusing? Yeah, cool. They're like red, and then the new growth is a little bit more green. And it kind of has this like stripe pattern in the middle of it, if you can see, which is super cool. But yeah, I got this, I don't remember where or when I got this, but it hasn't been that long. And when I got it, it was maybe about this tall. And so it's actually been in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet thing, and it's really been loving it in there. So super, super cool. I will show you, it's not really on my favorites, but I guess it could be considered a favorite. This back here, I might insert some additional videos, but it's just a regular green one. I actually got this from my boyfriend's grandma, has a ton of these. So this guy starts down here, if you can see. It's all the way up here. I'll insert a video. But yeah, super cool. I'm kind of just getting into these types of plants a little bit more lately. And I think it's definitely worth the hype, worth the attention. Next up, I have my philodendron silver stripe. I don't remember if this was in a previous video or not, and I think it's silver stripe. That's what it was sold to me as. But yeah, lately it's just putting out a lot of new growth, and that's always happy. It always makes you appreciate a plant more when it's actually growing. But some of the leaves are a little more like normal, what you'd expect them to be. Some of them kind of look more like cream splash philodendron. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, definitely a pretty one. It's kind of like your philodendron Brazil, but just like with a little something extra. So yeah, super cool. I really love this leaf, if I can show you, because it's kind of like backwards. The dark green is in the middle. Oh god, it looks like a big mess. This one. How cool is that? Anyways, and you know I love my vining plants. If you've watched my channel before, I mentioned that. Vining plants are my favorite, and like silver plants are my favorite, the silvery blue ones, but yeah, and that's probably a good segue into my next favorite. Here we have Sibu Blue. Y'all have seen this. Still one of my favorites. I've chopped her a bunch. But yeah, she's definitely worth it. I know they're becoming a lot more available, at least where I live. More box stores and more just like nurseries have these, but we love to see it. She's just still super full, no matter how many times I chop her and propagate her. Remove some of the dead leaves, but not too much to say. I think some of my propagations with this one I'm going to root in a separate pot and give it a trellis to train it to grow upward, because if you've seen photos of mature ones of these, they do get fenestrations and the leaves split, and I think that's super pretty, super cool. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I have a ton in water right now, but yeah, I couldn't not mention her because like the space is so empty without her. There we go. We'll put her back. All right, and then my next favorite is another pothos, which I know pothos are like the common houseplant that beginners get and stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with still loving them because they're just great, easy plants. So this, I believe y'all have also seen before. This is my Pearls and Jade, or Enjoy. I think it's Pearls and Jade. But she's just gotten so big. This has just been consistently putting off new leaves. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 vines on it. So I'm really happy with it. I have cut this one also back a little bit, and it just keeps putting out new growth. With this one, I will say be careful not to put it in direct light because, I'll show this one. Some of the leaves, if they're like the variegation portion, oh, I don't know if we'll be able to see this, but I'll just explain it. The white becomes like translucent and like a little burnt. And I had this one in way too bright of a spot, and some of the leaves got burned and died off, which that's okay. But yep, I love this one. I love pothos in general. I have tons of different types, which you'll have seen, but my monstera Adansonii. So y'all have definitely seen her before, but she's just gotten so tall. So I'm like 5'3", maybe 5'4", and she's, oh, you can't even see. She's like right at my shoulder. So yeah, she's grown super fast. I just repotted her, and that was kind of an ordeal. The pot she was in before didn't have a drainage hole, and I knew that, and I kept putting off repotting her because it was such a big deal since she was getting so big, but I finally did it. Surprisingly, the roots were really small, which made me like, that's not a good thing. But she's happy. Hopefully she'll be happier in this little bit of a bigger pot with drainage. And I also got a like ceramic drill bits and just drilled them in myself to all of my pots that didn't have holes in them. And I recommend, I just got it on Amazon, but definitely worth it, because I think that was one of the reasons this plant was struggling for so long. But yeah, so she's doing great now. And she even, at the very bottom, which it would be really hard to show you because it's like really heavy, but she has a new vine coming up out of the soil. So that's really exciting. So maybe we'll get another vine. And I've chopped her a lot recently, just to help, you know, get some more of the like really healthy looking mature leaves. Some of them are getting a little small and shrunken looking. And like some of them came out like this. God, I don't know how to show you this. But yeah, some of them came out, so you can see this, like this, and they just weren't unfurling, and then they were like crisping up before they even unfurled. So yeah, hopefully she'll be happier, but still definitely one of my favorites. I feel like she'll always be one of my favorites, just because she's so beautiful and she came such a long way. So this, my boyfriend actually got this plant a while ago. I believe it was, he bought it as just a wet stick, or like just like one node, or it was a baby plant, I'm not sure. He bought a lot of just like wet stick plants, and has had a lot of success with growing them, so that's super exciting. That was something that was really scary to me, but I've done it myself too now, so. But anyways, this is philodendron glad hands. Super cool. It just put out a new leaf, so it hasn't hardened off yet, but so pretty, so like deeply lobed. Some of it has some crispy bits. It was right in the window, but yeah, so this is a really good example. How cool is that, right? I love this plant. This one leaf is like super long because it was reaching for the light. I actually just rearranged this entire room like 2 days ago. So hopefully some of these plants aren't having to like fight each other for light anymore. But yeah, super pretty. I don't really have much to say about it. I think some of them can get kind of like a pattern, like stripy pattern. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Okay, yeah. So this plant can get kind of like a stripy pattern, I think, when it has like a little bit more light, so hopefully I just fixed that problem. But yeah, right now they're just like a solid dark green, super pretty. I think the big like thing with this plant is the leaf shape itself. So yeah, super cool, love this guy. That's it. That's all I have to say about it. I know which one I want to talk about next. I don't think y'all have seen this one. It was really exciting when I found it. So this is when I still lived near Charlotte, North Carolina, and look at that, huh? This is my string of pearls. I got this at Pike's Nursery, I think the one near Pineville, I believe, in Charlotte. So long. When I got it, it was blooming, like so many blooms, and then also pretty much like all of the vines were like wrapped up in here. It took me so long to untangle, but yeah, I definitely, definitely was exciting. I'd rather have it trailing because it's still like pretty full on top, which is nice, but like I thought this was such a great find. I don't remember how much it was. I just actually ripped the price tag off, but Pike's is pretty affordable, so I can't imagine it was more than $25. But yeah, super nice. I was so happy when I found it. I guess I'll mention another one of like my boyfriend's plants, but this one's just too good to not mention. And I didn't really like it at first, but I just repotted it, and so now I kind of love it, especially in the pot that it's in. But this, what is this one? Wait a minute. I might need to go ask him what it's called. Hang on. This is the thing. I was gonna film a houseplant tour, but then I realized like I needed his help because I don't remember all the names of his million philodendrons. He's busy. But anyways, I will insert the name of this plant because I can't remember at the moment. But he got this, like I said, just from a cutting, teeny little cutting, and it has just exploded. It was also in the IKEA cabinet, and really loving it in there, but yeah, it's gotten a little too big for that, so it's here, and I just think the pot, like, just makes it such a pretty contrast. So yeah. Alright, and that concludes my list of favorites at the moment. This will definitely be a little bit different next month or a year from now, so I'll probably be doing some more of these as I get more plants. And I kind of just wanted to say, if you are in the plant like kind of community, houseplant community, it's totally okay to fall out of taking care of your plants. That was one of the big things. After I moved, I couldn't take care of all of my plants and I kind of neglected them, and so I stopped kind of caring about them. And then just recently getting back into it, getting excited about houseplants again, has just made me want to keep doing these videos. So yeah, if you feel like that, sometimes it can be overwhelming to take care of all of these plants, but it's totally okay. I felt the same way, but now I'm excited again and ready to spend more money on plants. Hey bub. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Please consider liking and subscribing. I'll be trying to put out more frequent videos in the near future, but until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.